Hello and welcome to this place on the internet where I talk about all the things I make, mostly knitting, and I am here to share the things I made this week with you. My name is Irma and you can find me on YouTube, Ravelry, Instagram as Wolwerkjes, which is my business name. So welcome everybody, I will just get started. Do you know those days? Those days that start off pretty good, that you think like, I'm out of bed in time, everything is going according to plan, and then like this, everything changes and you just have a day like, where did my time go? So I have one of those. I was planning to record this video like 2 hours ago. I could not be bothered with doing any makeup on my face or combing my hair even. This is what you get today. So just, you have to deal with it. Okay, distracted. Normally I start with what I'm wearing today, but I'm not wearing a hand knit sweater. I'm just wearing a store-bought sweater this time, which is totally fine. It's so fine knitted that I would not be able to be bothered to knit this by hand, so it's totally fine. Sometimes it's okay to buy a store-bought sweater, although I always look at store-bought sweaters with something like, I could make that, but do I have the time for it? That's the question I should ask myself, and that's mostly no. So again, distracted. Normally I start with what I'm wearing, but I don't have any knitwear on me today. So we will just go to the things I have been working on this week, and that's only just one project, because last weekend we had the Breidagen in Zwolle, which is like a knitting event, like a yarn event in the Netherlands. I was fanning there, so I did not have a lot of time to knit, less than I even thought I would have, because it's quite exhausting to be standing on your feet for a whole day. I did have a lot of fun. I met a lot of lovely people. I'm very bad at remembering names, but everybody that said hi and followed me on Instagram and bought something, and everybody just that made my day by looking at my colors and saying they're beautiful. Thank you so much, and I hope that I will be doing another yarny event soon, because I really enjoyed it. All of the things that are left over will be in the shop by Tuesday 8 o'clock in the evening, Central European Summer Time. So that's tomorrow. I did had a little bit of shopping time. I will go to the project I've been working on, but I know it's the Mystery Knit Along by Stephen West, and I will just say everything I have to say and then show it, because I know some people don't like to be spoiled. I'm only at clue 1. I did not look at clue 2 myself, so maybe that's the part you do want to see, but I will just keep that for the end. So I will just go first to the things I bought at the Breidagen, which is not a lot. I did not have enough brain space to shop for a lot of projects, but there was one that I wanted some yarn for, and I also already knew which stand I wanted to buy it, which was Trollewol. They have lovely yarns there, very rustic yarns, and I knew I wanted this kind of yarn for my project. So I will first tell you what I'm going to make. At Instagram I said I will keep it a secret until I cast on. It will be there, but if you take time to watch the video, you will know now. There is a pattern it's a Swedish pattern, but it's also in English, and I will look up the name for you because I always forget how it's called, and maybe I can even show you. It's called Maya's Mameluker, and it's this pattern, and there are also pictures of people wearing it. Let me see, like this. And the idea I have is making one to go under my skirts in winter, because I don't know why, and I don't know if other people have the same experience, but my bottom can get very cold in winter time. So I think it will be very nice that when I'm wearing a skirt and my leggings, to have a little bit of extra layer over there to warm up my bottom. So I went there and I showed it to the lovely lady working there what my idea was. And although I love the grey version in the example, it's like nobody is going to see it because it's underneath my skirt. So why not making it in a fun color? Like, why not? Because no one's going to see it, and it's fun to have something bright and colorful down there, right? Yeah, we had a really good laugh about it. So I went looking through all the colors they had, and I had two options in the end, and I left the choice up to her, and she picked this one. And yeah, I know why, and it's really funny, I think. My little woolen underwear will be bright orange. I really love the color. I'm going to have lots of fun with this, and I think I do want to show it to people now because it's such a fun color. So I'm wearing a lot of black normally, and this will really pop against the black. It's a little bit more bright than, not bright like it's showing off very bright on camera, but it's a little bit lighter in hue than it's showing off on camera. But of course that also depends on how your screen settings are, so it's always drama to show colors in a video, but we try. So it is a little bit heathered, which I really love. It's a non-superwash pure wool, and it's from the brand Ullcentrum, which is a Swedish brand, which also makes it extra fun because my brother lives there. So it will be a very nice piece with lots of connections. So I bought it at the Vrijdag. I know who helped me choose my colors. It's yarn from the country my brother lives in. It's just going to be perfect. It's a 2-ply. It's completely wool, and it does not specify the breed, and that's because they just take all the sheep out of the area this yarn is made, which would normally, like years ago, when this brand started, it would have been burned as waste, and they started to collect it and spin yarn out of it. So that's a very nice thing, I think. So yeah, it's a woolly wool. I don't mind woolly wool. I can wear woolly wool next to my skin and next to my face. I'm not bothered. It did take a little bit of time to get used to that. So I have a big long cardigan out of Putulopi, and I can wrap myself in it even with no clothes on if I want to. I don't bother the true wool, which is really strange to say it like this, but yeah, I don't experience the discomfort some people have with real pure wool, but it did take time, like a few years, to go scratchier and scratchier, and knowing how to treat the wool, because washing or steaming it makes such a difference to these type of yarns. So yeah, I love this kind of yarn, and as I said, it really gets softer in use, and it gets softer in when you steam it or something like that. But it also depends, and that's why some people think mohair is not as soft as other people think it is. It doesn't really have like out-sticking fibers in this yarn. Some yarns do have really coarse hair sticking out of the yarn, and those can really scratch. But this is quite a smooth, soft yarn. So I'm going to love this. This is my only purchase. I did a lot of thinking about other projects I wanted yarn from, but I had to be near my stands a lot of the times, and my head was so full with all the people I met and all the stories I heard and all the projects other people were making, that I couldn't think. So I will go to Dordrecht. It's a place like an hour away from me, and I'm going there with Tessa from Just Another Knitting Nerd. She also has a podcast. Go watch it. She is so funny. I always laugh with her. It's a lot of fun. But we both really would like to see some of the yarn stores there, but because I think there are 3 or 4 yarn stores we would really love to see in person. So that will be happening somewhere next month, I think. So then I will know which project I want to make and which yarns I would like for that. So that will be my big shopping day, I think. So only this project to that I bought yarn for. My brother also bought some yarn, which I don't have, but he did get this lovely book with it. He bought Dutch yarn. It's schaapjeswol, which means sheep wool. So yeah, it's the same idea as the Swedish yarn, like just collect the yarn out of the area that normally just would go to waste. So it's even coarser, it's more firm than this yarn is, and I really do like it, and maybe I want to dye on it someday, because it's really fun to have such a local product. And this book is all designs by using that schaapjeswol. There are some mittens in here, like just simple mittens. There are some things in here that I don't think I will make, like, or maybe I will just because why not. But there is like a tea cozy, and I'm not really a tea cozy kind of girl, but who knows, everybody has to try things sometimes. There are some bags in here, and I really like this vest with it's embroidery on the back. So you just knit the cardigan. I said vest. Vest is the Dutch word for cardigan. It's just a knitted cardigan with some color in the rib, and you embroider the pattern with the tulips on it, and I really like it. So maybe I will make that one day. But yeah, he got the book, but there are not really like men garments in here. So he said, you keep it, and I love him for that. So that's a new book for my collection. So now I'm going to show you the thing I have been knitting on the past week, which is the Twists and Turns shawl that is the mystery knit along this year by Stephen West. I am only at clue 1. I did not look at clue 2, so I can't spoil that for you. It's just me knitting clue 1. So if you don't want to see it, I will say have a very nice day and I will see you next time, I hope. And for the people that do want to see what I'm working on, keep watching and I'm going to show you now. So I chose my colors quite last minute because I was constantly changing my mind, but finally I chose these 3 colors, and those 2 are the main colors of the shawl, so you need 2 skeins of both colors, and this will be my accent color. Clue 1 doesn't use the accent color, so this isn't used yet. And those 2 colors I am working on. I think you can see that it has like a like a shine over it. There is silk and rami in this base. It's a merino silk rami blend, and the colors are quite soft. That's because I use acid dyes, and those only adhere to, like, connect to the protein fiber, so that's the animal fibers, so the wool from the sheep and the silk from the silk caterpillar, so those are taking up the dye, and the rami, which is a plant fiber, doesn't take up the dye, and that's why it also keeps that soft those soft tones, which I really like. So I'm using these colors, and I did quite a lot last night because my head was clear and I just could knit for a few hours, which was really nice. And this is how far along I am. And of course my battery died because it's one of those days. So I was talking about the twists and turns shawl. I really love how those chevrons take their shape when they are further away from your knitting cable, because it's always hard to see in the beginning how it's going to look, but I really love how those are taking their shape. These loose bits of knitted fabric will be a very special feature because you twist the first loop and then you pick up the next loops after that. So every time you had a pink one, you take a green one, or whatever colors you're using, of course. And when you continue that and you make it very neat and tight, you get like a braid in between your chevron sections. So that will be really fun to do that at the end, and I'm showing you the back side, but that doesn't really matter for now. You get the idea. So yeah, it will be also like a lot smaller than it's looking now, because it will cinch in once you start picking up those loops. So yeah, you need 14 stripes of the second color, so not the first color you started with, but 14 stripes of the second color, and I think I have 9. I started my 10th stripe, so I need quite some work. Yeah, this needs quite some work, but I think I will be able to finish it before clue 3 starts, so I can take a look at clue 2 before clue 3 starts, because otherwise it will be impossible to keep it a secret for myself, which I find very impressive that I could have done that until now. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I loved my yarn choice because it's going, as you can see, it's going to be very drapey, and yeah, I do like crazy colors. Maybe I'm a bit crazy myself, if I have to say. Yeah, I'm just a crazy person, and I just can't stand things standard and boring, and yeah, I don't know. I just need something strange and fun in my life always. So yeah, this time it's green and pink together and I am loving it. So that's what I am working on, and I don't have anything else to share with you today. I do have the Mameluker to look forward, and I don't know what I will be working on next week. Today I'm going to take pictures, and tomorrow, so all the leftovers from the yarn event will be for you online to buy if you want to. And I say enjoy your day, and I will see you next time. Bye bye!